Welcome to our session about library aesthetics as a determinant of effective school library use. Dr. Sophia Adeyeye from Nigeria is an author of a research paper. She invited Dr. Maria Nicolau, Dr. Mayasari, Abdul, Majid, and me, I am Antonija Lujanac from Croatia, to join her research. I'm sure that we will agree that today school library is very important. Our libraries are not just rooms with books. They are important for students because in libraries, students can explore, discover, and grow academically. A modern school library is key for supporting all aspects of student learning, their minds, emotions, and physical skills. Students can dive into books to gain knowledge, participate in engaging activities, and access a wealth of materials that enrich their minds. Competent school librarians care about using of school libraries. We must pay attention to what drives people to use the library. In today's world, it's not just about having a lot of resources. The ambience and look of the library is very important. They play a big role in how students engage with and use these resources. A well-designed, welcoming space can really boost library use. We notice that there is a lack of relevant researches about aesthetics in school libraries. Empirical studies on school library design are limited, especially in our countries, in Nigeria, Croatia, Indonesia, and Malaysia. The relations between library aesthetics and their effects on student attitudes, motivation, and learning outcomes remains unexplored.
The research question of our topic is, what is the relationship between library aesthetics and effective library use by students? Methodology used by the group are both quantitative and qualitative. Quantitative contains the administrative structure of the questionnaires. We also assess students' perception of library aesthetics and measure frequency of library use. For qualitative, we conducted semi-structured interviews. We also explored students' perspectives on the significance of the library aesthetics, and finally identify potential areas for improvement. For our participants, we had 200 participants in total. And these 200 participants came from from 4 countries, namely Nigeria, Croatia, Indonesia, and Malaysia. These 200 participants or student participants were done through sampling method, which is stratified random sampling wherein 50 participants from each country. For the demographic overview of the study, we had 3 aspects. One is the gender distribution. Male respondents are 43%, while female respondents are 57%. Now, we can see here that the trend is consistent across all 4 countries. For the grade levels, 17% are coming from grade 11 and grade 12. 31% are coming from grade 5 to grade 6. 39% from grade 7 to grade 8. And finally, 13% from grade 9 to grade 10. As regards to the age distribution, 19% is actually for students ages 17 to 19. And in this case, if you've noticed that we have some notes below, that 17 to 19, which is 19% of the total population, they are only from Nigeria, which happens to be 5%, and Indonesia 34%. 41% of the students are coming from ages 9 to 12, and 40% are coming from ages 13 to 16.
Yes, the use of the library was examined using the frequency of library use and the purpose of library use. For the frequency of library use, we have 32% of the population that said they only attend library twice a week. We have 30% that goes to the library daily, and we have 38% that goes to the library weekly. And out of this, 57 out of 200 respondents indicated that they have never used the library. Most of these non-users of the libraries are from Croatia and Nigeria. 37 respondents from Croatia and 11 respondents from Nigeria. Implication of this for librarians is that there is need for us to improve the strategies so that we can enhance library patronage, especially in Nigeria and Croatia. The total respondent, like the earlier presenter said, is 200 in all. The library patronage was measured using frequency of use and purpose of use. For the purpose of library use, 22% of the 200 participants said that they only go to the library to supplement class notes, while 29% said that they go to the library to find leisure materials. 22% of the participants claim that they go to the library to complete their class assignments given to them by the teachers, while the last percentage, 23%, claim that they go to the library when they have exams to prepare for their examination. Approximately half of the students use the library as a place to meet friends and relax, highlighting its diverse roles in students' life. This table shows a overall positive perception of library aesthetics among the students in the 4 countries. Majority of the responses were in agreement with the issues, such as pleasing environment, pleasing library shelves, and the resources. From this, from the diagram here, we could see we have 17% agreeing to the fact that signage and wayfinding systems help them to, attract them to the libraries, while we have also 18% agreeing to the fact that well-designed library facades attract them to the library, which is part of the library aesthetics. In general, we have 84% that disagree with the arrangement of bookcases from Croatia and Nigeria, and 36 also from Nigerian respondents that agree to the fact that the libraries provide adequate spaces for them for social activities. While we have another 38% respondents from Nigeria agreed on the signage and wayfinding adequacy. In all, generally, Malaysian students from Malaysia and Indonesia school agreed that they had more positive views towards libraries with library aesthetics, attracting them to use the library.
From the findings, it says that students are attentive to library aesthetic and can distinguish between visually appealing libraries and those that fall short. Some students express significant dissatisfaction, particularly regarding functional aspect of library design. Fasola 2024 and Bakrin Bakaria Patungis 2024 emphasize the importance of functional aesthetic even in the academic libraries. The concern that we should look expressed by the students are the lack of space for social activities and the desire for modern technologies for recreational and educational purposes. As the conclusion from the research, enhancing library environments can optimize students' experiences, promote academic achievement, and foster lifelong learning. It also says that tailored interventions are needed to address disparities in access to quality library spaces, especially in marginalized communities. Educators and policymakers can leverage this insight to improve library environments, enhance student engagement, and to promote academic success. Then this is the list of references that we are using for this research. Thank you.